What's up? This your girl Brittany from She Abundantly at sheabundantly.com. And today I want to talk about our ideas or mentality when it comes to dating married men. Now, if you go back to my dating series, I think it's a great series. I have about 13 dating tips when it comes to what to look out for, how to approach guys, you know what I'm saying? How to basically approach dating in a healthy way. One of those dating tips is called respect his marriage, even if he doesn't. And you know what? I think we're growing up in a culture to where we're just getting further and further away from the truth. I think, Bible talks about that. As we get to our last days, the heart just grows colder and colder. And specifically when it comes to commitment, we got major commitment issues, not just in relationships, but starting with our intimate relationships with our parents. You know what I'm saying? I think all the stuff that we see broken in the world, it starts from a broken household. It starts from a broken unit of family. And when the father and mother are not living in their roles, their God-given roles and their responsibilities to raise up a child how they should be, when it comes to the word of God and everything beautiful about him, you see the brokenness in the rest of the world. And so there's a lot of brokenness, or shall I say, lack of commitment when it comes to our relationships, when it comes to dating, specifically dating married men. And so for us women, think about it, and let me see if you've ever thought about it in this way. This man is in a marriage, right? When this man made his vows to this woman, you were not there. That was between him, that woman, and God. So that bond or that level of commitment stands between him, that woman, and God. And I just want to encourage you, I guess get us to open up our minds to see that when we decide to step in on somebody else's commitment that they've made between each other and God, what we're doing is we're stepping on, or shall I say, we're trespassing. We're stepping onto territory that has nothing to do with us, that we have no right to. Even if the marriage is not working out right now. You know what I'm saying? Even if, because a lot of times we try to reason with why it's okay to date married men. And vice versa, a married man dating a married woman. But why it's okay to step in on somebody else's relationship. You'll say, because they broke up, or because, they're not living together anymore. They're separated. He's moved out the house and she has too, or whatever. But think about it. A committed marriage or a commitment like that doesn't just stand because the two people are in a house together or they're living together. Like, that's a whole entity within itself. That is a bond or an agreement that they've made that supersedes or goes beyond physical situations. You feel me? I'm trying to search for words here. But that goes beyond physical situations. It goes beyond money. It goes beyond decision makers, if they agree with each other, if they don't agree with each other. That kind of commitment is a lifelong commitment, and it's really nothing to play with. When you are, making up your mind and your precious heart saying, I'm going to date this married man, what do you think is going to come from this? Like, sit down for a second and think your way through this. Are you dating him because you want him to be your man one day? You want him to be your husband? Which in actuality, if something is not yours and it's somebody else's, and it's not available for you to have, if you take it upon for yourself, that's not your love interest or something that you want. That's called stealing. That's literally what that is. You have put your heart, put your mind, desires, and will and affections upon something that's literally not yours. Even if you wanted to have this person, you can't, because he's not yours. He is in a committed relationship with a whole nother woman. But have you ever thought about this? If he's not honoring this commitment now, when things have went sour, when things are not going how they feel like it should go with this woman he's with now, what makes you think that further on down the line, maybe you guys, do get into a relationship. Maybe he divorces. I don't know. But you guys get into a relationship and you guys talk about marriage and commitment. What makes you think that he's going to honor this commitment with you? Because think about it. What you're going after with this man, this is who he is. This is his mentality. This is his heart. And this is his lack of understanding, his lack of respect for commitment. Not just for himself, but for the wife that's involved, the children that's involved, and the God that he supposedly made a commitment before. He doesn't honor that commitment when things went sour. So when things start to get rocky and shaky with you and him, what do you think is going to hold him, or what do you think is going to cause him to honor that commitment with you? What would probably happen is something's going to happen between y'all. Y'all still going to be married. And then he's going to go on to the next one. And vice versa. You feel me? So it's not even, it is the fact of people trespassing on somebody else's relationship of marriage. But at the same time, it's deeper than that. There is a lack of respect for marriage that he has with that woman and that he will have with you. Because it's a spiritual thing that he will never be able to change until he changes it with God, until he changes it with God. And so until then, he's going to have a lack of respect for commitment, marriage with every woman that comes in his path. And so when you think about it like that, is it smart? What benefit do you have in dating this man who does not honor commitment, does not honor his word? Okay, let's just call a thing a thing. It's when you break that bond that he made with that woman, and then he's cheating on her with you, he's breaking his word. And what else does a human being have than his word? If you can't keep your word, you can't keep much of anything. And so that goes, and it's a thing that all of us humans deal with. I deal with lack of integrity too. You know what I'm saying? Things that I know needs to be dealt with internally before making a decision, such as marriage. But it goes deeper than, oh, you think he cute, or they broke up, or they separated. That separation does not mean divorce. He's legally still married. I just wanted us to start thinking about our decisions, because you're investing your heart and your affections in this relationship, and it's not an investment, shall I say. You're not going to get a return that you think you are, because there's nothing good. Hear me on this. There is not one good fruit that comes from a bad seed. We all reap what we sow. If you sow an apple seed, you're going to reap apples. When you sow deception, when you sow disrespect, when you sow adultery, cheating, by default, that's the fruit that's going to come from that. Is basically what you've sown into the ground. This stuff is deeper than what your eyes and what your present mind is thinking right now. So be encouraged and know that your decisions now, they will affect your life later. And not just your life, but the people around you. And you are called to be respected, honored. You're not called to be nobody's second thought, nobody's side piece, nobody's rebound, nothing like that. And nobody's mistress. If you want to be a wife, if you want to be in a relationship, let God establish that for you. Don't go picking somebody else's man for yourself because you feel like that's the best that you can do, or that's the best that can be done for you. Think about it. This is a self-esteem issue more than anything, because you don't believe anything better for yourself. So you settle. You're worth so much more than that.